Hi, welcome to this typical muley production video. Today's video is about, it's kind of a special video. About a month and a half ago on October 4th, I rescued a great gray owl out of a barbed wire fence. And this video is about the release. It's now November 14th, and this is about her getting released back into the wild. This is the rescue of 10-4 out of the barbed wire fence. I came home from hunting and I heard some vehicles out on the main road, so I walked around the corner of my garage and I saw three guys trying to help a bird out of the fence. And so I was like, well, maybe I could go help them out. So I walked over there and it was this great gray owl, this beautiful great gray owl, and it was 10-4, and she was stuck in the fence. And so I talked to the guys, and they were trying to get her out of the fence, and they're like, we can't get her out. Do you have anything that we can cut the fence with? So I went back to my garage and grabbed some bolt cutters and came back, and they held her while I cut 10-4 out of the fence. I want to give a big shout out to those three truck drivers that helped me rescue 10-4. Without them, she may never have survived. Without them finding her and being Johnny on the spot and helping her out that fence, she may not have survived. So a big shout out to them, and if you guys are watching this, hey, thanks a ton. Here's a picture of 10-4. What a beautiful bird. Great gray owls are amazing animals. And this picture was taken after we had cut 10-4 out of the fence. And 10-4 got her name because of the date that this owl was rescued, October 4th, 2024. And let me zoom in here, and you can see that piece of barbed wire that was left in her wing after we had cut her out. So after we got her out of the fence, I decided to call the Idaho Fish and Game and ask if there was anything we could do for her, if they could come pick her up and help her out, take her to some place where she could recover. The Idaho Fish and Game said it was probably they could, but it was probably going to be 3 to 4 hours before they could come get her. So I knew that she couldn't stay out in the sun for that long. It was pretty hot that day, so I went in and got a towel and threw a towel over her, and with my dad's help we captured her and put her in a box. And I took her to the garage and put her into the garage. And here's a few pictures of her in the garage. This first one, she was just under the bench here, and then this next one, I got down to take another picture of her, like squatted down, and she got in this defensive position, which was good, which means she had some spunk. She was still, doing good and was ready to fight for survival, which was good. So here's a couple of pictures of her in our garage. After 3 or 4 hours, the Idaho Fish and Game came to pick 10-4 up, and there were 3 conservation officers that came, and they put 10-4 into a crate and then put 10-4 into their truck. And they told us that 10-4 would probably end up at the Teton Raptor Center, which is a birds of prey recovery center in Wilson, Wyoming. And their YouTube channel is Teton Raptor Center, and their website is tetonraptorcenter.org. And check them out. Check their website out. You can donate to help their cause. They're a great organization. I'll leave a link to their YouTube channel and to their website in the description of this video. Here's an x-ray of 10-4 with that barbed wire in her wing, and this image is courtesy of the Teton Raptor Center. And this is just an interesting photo that shows, how big a piece of barbed wire was, where it was stuck. And luckily, this barbed wire didn't do a whole lot of damage. It made a wound, but it didn't break any bones, didn't totally tear any ligaments or tendons or anything like that. So that was good news. To check out 10-4's rehabilitation process, go to Teton Raptor Center's YouTube channel, and every Friday they give an update on all their rehabilitation patients and the progress that they're making. and just check out their YouTube channel to get more information about 10-4's rehabilitation. It took about a month and a half for the recovery of 10-4, and the Teton Raptor Center called me and let me know that it was time for 10-4 to be released, and that they wanted to do it soon, and that they just needed to find somebody to drive 10-4 from Wilson, Wyoming to Kilgore, Idaho to the release site. And I told them, okay, just keep me posted. And the next day they contacted me and said they had found somebody to come to bring 10-4 from Wilson to Kilgore. And so I got a text from Bob Nitschke, and Bob's a great guy. He's a volunteer for the Idaho Fish and Game, and I highly recommend, if you have the time, become an Idaho Fish and Game volunteer. They could use your help. You see a lot of cool stuff. You get to visit some amazing places in Idaho and do some cool projects for wildlife. But anyway, so Bob contacted me and wanted to know where we could meet, and that he would follow me up to the release site. So on that Thursday, I took the afternoon off of work, and I met Bob, and we drove out to the release site. And the first part, where we rescued 10-4, was not a good spot to release her back into, so we drove about 2 miles from that spot to a good place that had a lot of trees and stuff that 10-4 would feel safe in. And so we drove to that location. When we got to the location, we pulled 10-4 out of Bob's car. 10-4 was in a dog carrier, and here is that amazing video of 10-4's release back into the wild.
Wow.
It's cool.
That looked pretty nice, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Is she on a log or something?
I think she's... I can't tell if she's just on the ground or on a log. It's hard to tell. So in that video, you see Bob releasing 10-4, and 10-4 flew, and it was hard to tell, but she did land on a log over there. And the funny thing, right after I stopped filming here, a magpie flew in and was kind of harassing 10-4, but like all great grays, 10-4 stood its ground, and the magpie called at it and kind of pestered 10-4 for a little bit, then flew off. And then shortly after that, 10-4 flew into a big fir tree. After 10-4 landed in the fir tree, me and Bob were talking and contemplating leaving, and all of a sudden Bob's like, "Hey, what's that on that fence post over there?" And sure enough, it was 10-4 had flown out of the tree and landed on a fence post. And I was like, "Oh, I wonder if 10-4 is about ready to hunt." That was the first thing that came to my mind when I saw 10-4 on the post. And sure enough, after a minute or so, 10-4 started hunting and glided off the fence post and had a failed hunting attempt. And here's a short video of 10-4 on the fence post. It's a great gray.
Well, it can't be too ugly.
Yeah, that'd be pretty.
Yeah, I mean, even I.
Yeah, that's her.
Excellent.
Yeah, she might be out hunting if she's on a fence post. Like I said, 10-4 flew off of this fence post and hunted and had a failed hunting attempt. And I wish I would have got it on film, but I was just in awe of her already, not 10 minutes after being released out hunting already. And that was cool to see. And that was just a defining moment for me, that the new shit that she was going to survive. She had all the tools that she needed. And so it was a great experience. Wonderful, wonderful experience. I'm so grateful that I was able to be there when this beautiful great gray owl was released back into the wild. And I want to thank all the people that did their part to help this owl get back. To the truck drivers, to the Teton Raptor Center, to Bob, to the Fish and Game officers, for all those people who contributed to this owl's success story. Thanks for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to live in the moment and enjoy the memories. Thanks for watching.